And some breaking news out of the NFL where the Browns have signed Shedeur Sanders to his rookie deal. Our NFL insider Jonathan Jones reporting that it's a 4-year, $4.6 million deal. So Cleveland, if you remember, selected Shedeur in the 5th round of this year's draft, the 144th overall pick.
Shedeur Sanders has done it again. The Cleveland Browns just locked him into a 4-year, $4.6 million rookie deal after taking him 144th overall in the 5th round, and the NFL hasn't been the same since. Now, before anyone laughs off the dollar amount, understand this. What Shedeur brings to the table isn't just a quarterback, it's the full prime equity package. He doesn't walk into Cleveland with just arm talent. He brings fan engagement, branding, nil influence, merchandising power, and media leverage. And the league is not ready for it. Because primed by Dion, led by Shedeur, this concept is about owning your narrative long before you play a snap.
More money in his pocket. That's why I said the prime equity is a concept that blends power, brand power, media leverage, and ownership mindset inspired by the legacy of Dion Coach Shedeur Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet, but it's a new age negotiating weapon for players like Shedeur who bring more to the table than just football talent. Ain't nobody came up with the word prime equity. A player's total value beyond the field, including their media, brand, fan base influence, content rights, merch sales, NIL history, and ability to generate attention, revenue, and culture. It's the prime way of doing business, not just playing the game, but owning their attention, audience, and upside. That's the definition right there. A player's total value beyond the field, including the media, brand, fan base influence, content rights, merch sales.
What prime equity means is simple. Your total value off the field matters as much as what you do on it. That's why the Browns didn't just sign another developmental pick. They signed a tested brand. Shedeur's digital presence is unmatched among rookies. His YouTube channel breaks averages. His Twitch streams rival local fan cams. His Instagram live sessions engage tens of thousands. He's not waiting for validation. He's delivering value on his terms. The NFL is finally taking note. Ever hear that phrase, selling your highlights? Shedeur proves that phrase backwards. His brand is beyond just football clips. It's videos, interviews, merch, community, it's culture. And that's why major outlets like First Take are already carving out segments just to analyze the prime equity effect. They're not talking about his high school or college stats. They're talking about his influence, his movement, his empire. Now, as a Shedeur fan, you know this. You've been streaming his content, repping his merch, sharing his moments, long before any NFL draft analyst recognized him, and that loyalty built much of this contract. You were already there when the value was intangible. Now it's finally measurable. From this point on, here's how prophetic prime equity is rewriting everything. We're seeing veteran executives whispering, what happens when more rookies demand their college nil earnings to become their baseline? NFL salary? That's no longer a fantasy. It may soon be a real negotiation strategy. Shedeur has already done that. He made more off nil deals in college than most rookies will make in salary during their first 2 seasons combined. By negotiating with that leverage, he's clearing the path for NIL stars to expect equity, not charity, when they go pro. That's power. That's influence. And that's why Cleveland didn't take a quarterback. He captured a media mogul in cleats. Shedeur's approach scraps the earn your stripes narrative. He earned respect earning his own market worth. He built a brand before wearing the Browns helmet. And for fans, that's proof of principle. Faith in him meant something long before analysts understood. Now his influence is measurable and being rewarded. This isn't arrogance, it's strategy. Because Shedeur doesn't just want to play in the NFL. He's building wealth that survives retirement. He's building legacy. He's ensuring that sweat equity from high school and college still pays off post-NFL. He's also opening doors for others. Every young athlete building their brand on YouTube or TikTok now has a reference example. Shedeur's model. Don't just chase a draft slot. Don't just chase stats. Build, create, monetize, and you enter the league with value.
Brown by the Miami Dolphins. And he ain't getting paid and near as much as he was getting NIL. What if these players come in the league talking about they demand that they get the minimum of their NIL money? Whatever they were making in college, they get the minimum of that coming into the NFL. That'll be a big fight, but that'll be crazy. Streaming and storytelling can build his own docu-series live stream. Cuts out ESPN middleman. Bucket. That's what I think Bucket doing. Coach Prime link tied to Dion equals audience media culture. Built-in brand infrastructure. Business acumen. Has a team, brand strategy, and vision. Negotiate like I own. Why it matters in NFL contract. More players are paid for production. Shedeur might be paid for prime equity plus production. That means contract incentive for media appearances, revenue shares from merch tied to his brand, production rights for his own docuseries or social content, and marketing bonuses based on viewership, not just stats.
That clip is lightning in a bottle. Watch any front office after seeing it, they're sweating. Because if players like Shedeur expect nil parity, the entire rookie wage scale becomes obsolete. The NFL is founded on structure. Teams love structure. But Shedeur just reminded them, athlete power doesn't need permission. He negotiated from a position of ownership, not debt. And for every rookie now watching, that's inspiration. A roadmap for walking into the league with dignity and dollars. Shedeur's contract isn't just green paper, it's symbolism. A symbol that athletes, not just owners and GI hold power in this new era. It says, your reach is your revenue. And for fans loyal to Shedeur, it's vindication. You're loyal because he invested time in content, community, transparency, just competition. And he rewarded you all back by elevating the conversation around athlete value. Now, here's the kicker. Shedeur's influence is only starting. NFL still measures quarterbacks by completion percentages and yards per game, but Shedeur's yardstick is ROI, returns on influence, jersey sales, video metrics, platform growth, merch collaborations, brand synergy. The Browns signed him for his future social yield as much as his football yield. And guess what? That yields dividends for fans too. Every follow, like, share, merch, buy, each click adds value. You're not just a watcher, you're part of the engine that builds influence. And Shedeur included that equation when he walked into the Browns office. That same attention translates to partnerships. Brands see Shedeur and see direct ROI, not just banner ad exposure. They see engaged audiences, real conversions, fan response. And now NFL marketing teams see it too, meaning his impact extends beyond locker rooms and pressure windows. He's shaping the franchise's relevance, sponsorship pipeline, national profile. You think a fifth-round rookie command that? Not by the old rules, but in Shedeur's prime equity system. No credential required, it's only results. And let's talk culture. Shock. NFL vets, some whisper behind screens, call him a media creation, a flash, a hype train. But that noise fades fast. Shedeur leads a comeback or throws a matchup kill, his haters become highlights on his reels. And while veteran QBs talk, X and O, Shedeur's building on ties with fashion, films, social causes, music. It's not just football that can strike fear in coaches accustomed to top-down control. But it's also what the league yearns for. Storylines that captivate younger audiences. Shedeur isn't just trending. He's cult a blueprint for modern athletes who can score outside the numbers. Shedeur's daughter, fans, content creators, none of you are secondary. You're central to prime equity. You validated his voice before the NFL did. Now you're part of the soundtrack that earns him leverage in negotiations. Every episode of Prime with Shedeur, every IG Live, every solo podcast moment, not extracurricular. It's part of his value. Now let's address the critics. They say, nil will fade. They say players don't deserve pay for followers. They say football is still the bottom line. Sure, we saw players get hurt. We saw careers drop. We saw narratives collapse under pressure. But Shedeur isn't banking on hype. He banked on brand building, and he's made it resilient to physical. Injury, brand endures. Content endures. Legacy endures. That's why prime equity surpasses prime time. I mean, how many rookies could start a merchandise line before training camp? How many rookies secured multi-platform media deals before preseason? If you're a Sam Darnold or a Teddy Bridgewater, you know that was impossible. But Shedeur, he's not just that quarterback. He's an economy. Now seasons will come and go, but prime equity doesn't expire. It extends. It compounds. Cleveland bought in early. This is more than football. It's about identity and independence. It's about athletes constructing their value. It's about fans recognizing ownership over attention and loyalty. That's the legacy Shedeur is writing. You're not just supporting a starter, you're supporting a paradigm shift. So if you're still counting his contract in mere millions, stop. Count it in followers, views, engagements, cultural impact. Because when Shedeur plays under the lights in Sunday's primetime playoffs, it won't just be yards and touchdowns. There'll be momentum for athletes everywhere. This contract was just the opener. It's the next chapters. They feature headlines, brand expansions, global collaborations, content ownership, and athlete autonomy. Shedeur may debut as a quarterback, but he's leading a revolution. You feel it as a fan. You participate in it with every share. You believe in it beyond Fadom. This is your movement as much as his. And it starts with believing that your equity matters and that he built it before even signing. The future of the NFL is here. It's digital first. It's creator driven. It's player lead. And Shedeur Sanders didn't just join the league. He redefined it. Don't forget to like, comment, Prime Equity, and subscribe to follow every move from Shedeur's journey. You're not just witnessing history, you're building it.